What's going on? Today is Monday, and as you guys know, every single Monday we come at you, we spit fire, we spit the truth and nothing but the truth. We got today Melitsa here. I know she's having a blast. This is a very, very good friend of mine. I've known her for over 5 years, I believe, right? And you guys have no idea who we have in store today. But in my opinion, she is the number one, in my opinion, the number one networker, okay, that I have seen in my entire life. Okay, like the people that she has on her phone are people that you be like, how the fuck does she even meet these people, get to know them, and also befriend them and actually have friendships with those people? So I respect you, Melitsa. Today we're going to talk about networking, why it's important to network, how to network. Like some people are afraid to network. So we're going to talk a little about that. I'm going to give you a couple of cents. You're going to give a couple of cents. So if you don't mind introducing yourself and what kind of events you actually host, because she also has a number one networking event in Miami.
Yes, I do.
Use
yes,
the mic.
I do. Sorry. So my name is Melitsa Wagi, and I'm the founder of the number one entrepreneurship event in Miami called Epic Talks. We host these events every single month, and people always ask me, how did you come up with Epic Talks? Literally from a place of lack. You know, I was going to events and I was leaving unfulfilled, and I thought to myself, oh my goodness, I'm going to leave Miami because I'm not finding what I want. This was like 5.5 years ago. And I wanted to move to LA or New York or something like that where all the motivational speakers were. And then I thought to myself, I was like, if it doesn't exist, I'm going to create it. And that's what I did.
I love that.
Yeah.
Think about what you just said. If it doesn't exist, I'm going to create it.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys are watching this stuff. You're like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have that. And you can't find it in the marketplace. Why don't you be the one to take yourself and push yourself to be the guy or the gal that's going to create something, right? And I heard this a long time ago. If you want to make millions of dollars, go impact people. You want to become a billionaire, change the world. So you took the necessary steps to say, you know what, I'm going to start executing on something that doesn't exist in reality.
Yeah.
And I love that. So what inspired you to go out there and say, you know what, I'm going to build this event and help other people with networking?
I always want to be from a place of service. And for me, my passion is meeting people, as you know, and connecting others. And that's just what I do, you know. And I remember thinking about the idea, and I'm a true believer that God doesn't give you a vision that you can't execute.
Ooh, I love that.
So for those of you that are thinking like, oh, this is a seed that's been planted in my mind, stop asking permission to step into your greatness and stop asking questions to the wrong people. I don't ask for advice from people unless I'm willing to trade my life with them.
I love that.
You know what I mean? So the moment I had the idea, from the moment the idea happened to the moment I had my first event, 3 days.
3 days?
Yeah.
No
Success
way.
loves speed. Okay.
Ooh, I love that.
So, I contacted a girlfriend of mine. She's a law professor in the University of Miami, Alicia Belchenko, and she's used to speaking to students. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so scared. I can't do this by myself. And I said, hey babe, are you willing to do an event with me and you'll be one of the main speakers? She's like, yes. At the time, I called it Epic Life Masters. And I took a picture of her. I went on Canva. I was a little ghetto-ass, you know,
but you did something.
flyer. And then I printed it on FedEx Kinko's, passed out 100 flyers, and I waited and I rented a ballroom, whatever. 15 people showed up to my first event.
Incredible.
And I was sharing, as I'm sharing my story, I was like, oh my God, I'm supposed to share my story. I was a foster child. I was born into heroin-addicted parents. You know, I was homeless. I lived out of my car outside of a Walmart parking lot. I'm not a victim of my circumstances. I'm a victor, right? My principal kicked me out of high school and told me I was just another Latina statistic who would never amount to anything. So I was over here like, no, this is my story. I'm going to share it. And it was in that moment I made personal development my religion 10 years ago, when I found myself in a really dark place. And since it changed my life, I was like, how can I pay it forward? And that's when Epic Talks was created.
So let me ask you this. I love that story, by the way. We share very similar stories. I'm into foster care. I'm into all the craziness, domestic violence, all that stuff, so I can relate very well. But someone that's watching this video, okay, they're like, okay, I love this Epic Talks journey. I love this business entrepreneurship journey, but I just don't have it inside of me to go talk to other people. They're afraid of what other people think. And you said it very well. If you buy their opinion, right, you're going to buy their lifestyle. And it's very important to be very careful who you get your information from. Where's the source of the information coming from? If you listen to a bunch of duds on the internet, there's a lot of influencers out there that are yapping their mouth, but they have no substance in business, no results in business, and they're still yapping. And it'll look nice because they have a nice Lamborghini they rented out, or they bought it with a bunch of friends or whatever it may be, but they don't have the substance of business ownership or entrepreneurship, and they're yapping. You believe them, you listen to them, you live their lifestyle, and you end up being broke as well. So how does someone, number one, how does someone Go out there and start to network because you're really a master at networking. I've seen you literally talk to anybody and anywhere, and you have this aura around you where people gravitate towards you. How would you create that, in your opinion, for someone that is brand new, starting out their networking journey or their entrepreneurship journey to meet new people?
You get to show up for yourself. That's it. Show up. Pick up one event. You can go to Facebook meetups. You can go to Google meetups. You can go to the app meetup. You can come to Epic Talks and show up. Don't be scared. The only limitations is within yourself. And majority of the people that are not building a network is because you're stopping yourself. And I want you to ask yourself a question. Why are you stopping yourself? What are the limitations? Is it your parents that told you that you weren't good enough? Is it your teachers or your friends or like, you're crazy? Be bold enough to believe in yourself so much that you don't give a fuck what people think.
But let me ask you this. How does someone, because I've had this challenge myself. I meet so many people. How do you nurture those relationships? Because you could meet someone, take their name and number, but then that's it. You have their name and number. Like, how do you nurture those relationships? Like, what do you do? Like, let's say, for example, you just met me. You got my name, you got my number. What is the next couple of steps you take?
Come from a place of service. So, example, like with you, right? We met. I know you are super successful. You're into sales and you're crushing it, right? And I wanted to connect with you from the beginning. So the way I came from a place of service with you, I put you on my stage because I know you're an amazing speaker. You know what I mean? And I wanted to stay connected with you. So how can I add value to you, right? And then you were adding value to me as well. You know what I mean? Kind of interchanging and exchanging information.
But let's say you
and
meet
friends
10,
and stuff
15,
like that.
20 people a week. How do you manage all those? It's a lot of work.
So it's not really a lot of work. You stay connected through
Tell
social
me your strategy.
media.
Tell me your strategy.
Okay.
I'm curious to know.
So my strategy
And
is...
the reason, by the way, the reason why I like asking questions because I'm curious myself, right? Like, to me, networking is very easy. I can meet someone, take their name and number, but then the work that it takes to nurture that relationship is a lot of fucking work. And sometimes you meet a lot of duds. I'm assuming you probably meet some duds.
Of course.
And sometimes they're studs, so it depends on the situation. But how do you nurture those relationships? Like, what do you do specifically?
I take their phone number. I take a video with them or a text or whatever, send them a picture, follow each other on social media, and I always say, how can I support you? They tell me how I could be of service to them, and then I invite them to my events, and I give them a free ticket. I'm like, here, come for the first one for free, check it out. If you like it, you can continue coming, you can be part of the community. And most of the time, it's all the topics. People need support in all the topics that we teach at Epic Talks. And that's pretty much it. It's simple. For those of you that don't have an event like myself, you connect with people and add their birthdays on your calendar, right? And then
I like that.
You text them. Listen, it's not a freaking sprint, it's a marathon. Think about networking as your lifelong relationships, right? Like, it's a marathon. So once they continue seeing you, oh, she texted me for Christmas, for the holidays or my birthday and stuff like that. Those things matter, and then you invite them to your birthday or a lunch or, listen, I'm going to this networking event. I think it would be valuable to you. You should show up. And it's not that hard, actually. It's really not.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking because I have a lot of people that I know, like probably thousands of people that I know, and
Me
I've
too.
names and numbers. And I realized the easiest thing for me to kind of build those relationships is through my social media stories and through my social media posts. Because every time I post a video, somebody watches it, and they usually reply in a comment, or they reply in a story, or they reply in a DM, and that's how you kind of maintain those relationships. I have people that I've met 15 years ago that are like, oh, I remember your first video. I'm like, holy shit, I don't fucking remember my first video, but somehow they do. Or they remember the first time I messaged them and say, hey, thank you so much for the support. So sometimes I think social media, if you use it the right way, social media for me has changed my life in a way where I can build relationships over a long, like you said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? Like I met Matthew, our video guy, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, right? But we didn't do anything, but I stayed in touch with his brother. His brother's a good friend of mine. We stayed in touch, and all of a sudden I was like, I need a good videographer. And I was like, holy shit, let me hit my boy Matt up. What's my boy Matt doing? And he was working in a couple of, you were working in corporate America with T-Mobile and stuff. So I was like, yo, I need some support, baby. And here we are. I don't know, how long we were working together? 2 years?
About there.
Almost 2 years. A little bit less, almost 2 years. Yeah, we've been working together for 2 years. And I'll be honest with you, I've had a lot of videographers. My best one is my boy right there. We actually hang out. We spend time. It's my boy. Get off my boy.
Yeah,
Right? It's crazy because
Matthew.
my editor's also been with me since 2000, since I came down to Miami. I came down to Miami. This is the kind of person I am. If I'm going to build a relationship with someone, I want that relationship to last for a very long time.
Yeah.
I don't like these fucking high-buy shit. I like to build long-lasting relationships because I learned a long time ago, if you learn how to build an army of people that support you, you could take over. An army of people. Now, some people are going to come in for a reason, like my ex-girlfriend's reasons, right? Some of them come for a season, right? And some of them come for a lifetime. I'm looking for lifetime relationships, of course, but sometimes somebody comes into your life for a reason, and it's okay. High buys, sometimes they're not, what you want, but sometimes that person may just show up to your life and just add some kind of value. So I learned a long time, I learned this from you also by watching you, never stop talking to anybody within 3 feet with you. Like I see her in she probably makes, what's this place called? Not Moxie's, what's the other spot called?
North Italia.
She probably gives she's probably the #1 customer of North Italia because every single fucking day, where is she sitting? Not at home. She's sitting in North Italia. Now you might say, Michael, what the fuck would I want to sit out there? It's distracting, this and that. You know how many people she meets for her business? She literally is sitting in a spot that literally requires someone to show up, sit there for an hour, and disappear. She has 15 to 20, 30, 40 people a day that sit next to her, and all she has to do is say, hello. And how many people you met? Some great relationships you met there.
You know what's crazy? I'm a true believer. I just created a program. I didn't tell you about this, but it's called the OCA method. One connection away.
Love that.
You're only one connection away from a different life, from raising $1.5 million like I've had multiple people do at Epic Talks, from the love of your life. We just had a couple get engaged. You're one connection away. And
me and Matt need that really soon.
because of my relationships that I've built, right? Because I'm fortunate enough that I work for myself and I get to work from home. I don't want to stay home all day long, right? So I go to restaurants, I go to the Four Seasons, I go to Moxie's, I go to North Italia. I have that luxury to do that, right? I'm intentional about when I'm there. I'm there for work, but I'm also there to meet people. So there's a friend of mine, his name is James. He's in construction. Works with developers.
I met that guy, didn't I?
Yeah.
I gotta get that guy. You know what? We're gonna get that guy.
So check this out. My friend that just came from fighting the war in Ukraine.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, I met him too.
Yeah, right. 2 of them, Frank, and then his friend James. So James, and Frank, right? James is looking for work and he's like submitting his application, submitting, and like nothing. He couldn't find anything, nothing. A warrior from Ukraine, right? Comes here, doesn't have a job, is like, struggling right now in life. And I said to my James from the bar that I met, I was like, James,
hook him up.
Yeah, hook him up. Guess what? They're having a meeting tomorrow and they just had the best conversation on the phone. And I have a really good feeling that he's going to get hired. Guess what? Because of the networking.
You know what's crazy? I have a friend of mine. His name is Ali Zamani. He's a very successful guy in the West Coast. And I learned this from him because he did great in door-to-door sales. He did great in insurance. He's doing very well on that. But it's crazy because I have seen him be a master connector. Like, he knows so many fucking people. He knows a lot of people. Hopefully he sees this video, right? But he knows like thousands of people. And all he does, for me, he's always added so much value to me that I don't even know how to repay him. Because every time I say, yo, I need something for the bank. Boom, I got this guy for you. Oh, I need to get this connection for this water company. I got this guy for you. I'm like, damn, this guy knows everybody. And you know what he does? He doesn't ask me for a penny. He just does it out of the kindness of his heart. And I'm like, dude, I want to do something for you.
I love to meet him because I'm actually the same way.
If you do a great job at that. I would love to introduce you. As a matter of fact, I should introduce you guys after this podcast. But it's incredible because when you learn to meet new people, listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm very extroverted, but I sometimes get into the shell where I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't know if you ever feel like that.
I know.
I don't know if Matt, you probably get into the shell more than anyone. I'm like a extroverted introvert. Like, I love talking to people, but there's times where I'm like, okay, get the fuck away from me. I'm in my fucking shell. Now, the reason why I'm in my shell is because I want to think. I want to, like, think about the future. I need my time to, like, think about stuff that I need to do. And sometimes, like, because I met some fucking idiots in my life. I don't know if you met some idiots.
Yeah, of course.
Like, damn, bro, like, shut up. But I've also met some great people like yourself and other people in my life that I'm like, okay, I have to go out there and meet some new people because at the end of the day, the only way you can add value truly to other people is by getting to know them on a deeper level.
True.
And the only way you get to know them on a deeper level is by what?
Going to Epic Talks.
That's one. But networking.
I'm just kidding.
Talking to people. But no, can I say something? But that's important. What she's doing. She's always, everywhere I go, she's always plugging in her Epic Talks. Why? Because she believes in it. Some of you guys are afraid of talking about things that you believe in. Because you're afraid of, I don't want to make the person feel uncomfortable. Listen, I go into an elevator all the time and I say, guys, who are we voting for, Trump or Biden? And everyone starts cracking up. Or I had some weird situation. The lady's like, how dare you bring up that name? I'm like, which one? Biden? Just a joke. But I always have fun with it because people are so fucking weird about other people sometimes. You got to have fun with it. But look what she's doing. She's inserting herself all the time because she believes in what she's talking about. So if you believe in what you're talking about, why are you afraid to go talk to other people about it? Why are you afraid to share your fucking beauty?
You gotta believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's gonna believe in you, right? And I always like to talk about walk into a room like you freaking own it, dress like you own it, have your makeup done, have your hair done, like
this is not in my office right now. It's her office right
now. There's greatness within everyone, and there's very few that actually get to experience that they understand their greatness. Right? So that's the reason why me and Michael are here, is because we want to inspire people to step into their greatness. He has an amazing fucking, team, sales team going out there, and he's changing lives, changing these people's lives, making, six figures, seven figures. And, and I'm actually really proud of you. You're only 32 years old and you're crushing it. And I just found out he bought an $8 million, real estate complex and with some partners. And I just want to commend you because at 32, I was just getting into personal development. And the mindset that you have and how driven you are and how excited you are about life, people get to experience that. So I want to ask you, tell me a little bit about you and how did you come up with this energy of wanting to become successful?
I mean, to be honest with you, I always grew up knowing that inside of me something was different about me, right? And I don't know if somebody watches the video and you might think that way, but I knew something is different. Like, I'm not meant for average. I always knew that the word average was not for me. I'm not average height. I'm not an average person. I'm not an average thinker. I don't average nothing. The word average makes me yucky. Like, some people have icks for certain things. My ick is being average. So if I'm on a roster or on a leaderboard, I always want to be either number one or don't fucking be part of it at all. Like, if I'm not going to be number one, I'd rather not do it. Like, right now I do Muay Thai. And in my group of people that I'm in the dojo, you call it whatever you want to call it, I'm like, okay, how do I beat every single fucking person in this room? Now, a lot of them are better than me because I'm new, right? As an example in that dojo. So in my mind, like, okay, how do I beat them? I got to show up. So I show up more than anybody in that fucking place. 4 or 5 times a week, while some people are showing up 2 times a week, 3 times a week. They skip 1 week. I don't do that. I made a commitment. I'm fucking always there. With tactical training as an example, like I do rifle training and pistol training. I've been doing it for almost a year, right? No, actually less than a year. But the first 6 months, right, I became so fucking goddamn good that my trainer's like, you need to speed it up. Instead of slowing down, he's like, speed it up because you're getting better and better. And I'm doing better than most people because why? I'm committed. I'm focused. So, and it's not a pat on the back to me. It's just I have this insane drive inside of me that says, be better.
Where did that drive come from?
At first, it came from a very wrong place to prove everyone wrong. At first.
Me too.
At first, because I'm like, proving everyone wrong. But then I realized, I'm proving nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck.
So then I started saying, okay, I need to prove to myself that I can become better than yesterday. So it's a battle between me and myself. I don't really give a fuck what anybody thinks because I live my life on my terms. Like my life right now, I tell this to Matt all the time. My life is incredible. It's really incredible. I have all the time in the world. I have multiple businesses. I have my coaching company, consulting company. I got my real estate business. I got my sales and marketing company. I got so many things that are going for me. I do tactical training. I do Muay Thai training. Like my life, I go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. Like my life is so full that I'm looking for a relationship with a wife long term to give, not to take. A lot of people get into a relationship because they want to be in a relationship because they're fucking not feeling good or they're empty because they want to get something from another person. There's nothing a woman could give to me outside of children. Nothing. Outside of respect and love, of course. Yeah, outside of respect, love, and children. But I don't need it. I love myself so much. I want it, but I don't need it, if that makes sense, right? I want to be in a relationship with someone because I can give to them the things that I'm so fulfilled with, the things that I'm grateful for. And that's why a lot of people, in my opinion, before you get into a relationship, before you start a business, figure out what is important for you to become full yourself. When you become full, that's what you can give to other people. And I learned this a long time ago because I built my businesses with anger. It wasn't the right way to do it. That's how I did it. I did it with massive anger, massive desire, massive I want to fucking make it. You're going to get there. But what I learned is that you could do it in a different way. You could do it in a way with gratefulness, happiness, peace, tranquility, and still achieve the greatness without all that fucking stress. But you have to have that desire to prove it to either other people and prove them wrong, or a better way, like I said, the other angle is to prove it to yourself. Can you become better than yesterday? Are you growing 1% better, 1% every month, 1% every year? And do you see the progress? And you have to trust that process as well.
I love that, and I love your passion and your charisma, and I see you out on the streets in Brickell interviewing people. And why do you do these interviews?
Great question. So at first, it was a marketing strategy, right? Because a lot of my friends were doing it, and they're like, "Wow, they're growing their accounts so much." I'm like, they're literally talking about picking up chicks and picking up dicks and all this other shit. And I'm like, nobody's out there talking about good shit. Like nobody's asking about, well, why are you charismatic? Why are you ambitious? Why are you driven? Why are you still single in Miami? Why are you not building this kind of relationship? How much does a lawyer make? All these different questions, right? And I was curious. I'm like, all these questions I always wanted to know. These are the basic fundamentals of networking. These are the basic fundamentals of asking questions to other people to get to know them, right? So I'm like, okay, nobody's fucking doing it. I'm gonna fucking start doing it. So 2 years ago, I started doing it, and it fucking blew up my channel, and it added a few things to my business. Number one, it gave me a little bit of notoriety. Number one, it gave me a massive amounts of attention, and number three, it also helped me in my fucking sales business. Do you know how many people I've hired because they saw my interview or they saw my videos of business? In the past, I don't know, 5, 6 years I've been doing, 7 years I've been doing content. I've made so much money because of social media, because of posting online, and I'm never going to stop.
Because you're putting yourself out there, and that is something that, for anyone that's watching, put yourself out there. Nobody's going to know who you are if you're not putting yourself out there. Go live, be creative, start your own events, your little masterminds. You can freaking do it. Stop stopping yourself.
And there's also a lot of Easter eggs in my videos. I'll give you an example. I talk about everything in my life. There's nothing that I don't talk about. We did a video a couple of weeks back where one of my partners, Eric, literally was talking about all the negative qualities about Michael Barayev and things that I need to work on. I don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, there's nothing in my life that's so secretive. There's no secret to my life. My life is my life. I'm very transparent. I'm very open. Obviously, you don't know my bank password, obviously, right? But everything else you pretty much know about me. Why? Because I'm okay with being with myself and my skin. I know this, and you probably know this as well. There will never, ever be another Melitsa. There was never, ever a Melitsa before. Never. There will never, ever be in the future. There will never, ever be a Melitsa today. There's only one of you. Once you die, that's it. There's been over, I don't know how many billions of people that have been born in this world since the day, day that the earth was created. There was never a Melitsa. In the same body, in the same soul, in the same spirit, never. So you're the one-time only present and gift to God that God put into this world, and you're sitting here trying to compare yourself to every other fucking monkey on social media. Why? Why not just be happy with who you are? Oh, your eyebrows are crooked. Great. Your nose is crooked. Great. Your teeth are crooked. Your eyes are not this way. Your eyes are not blue. Your hair is not this. Who the fuck cares? Yeah. You are you. And once I started to realize that, I was like, wow, Michael Barayev will never be duplicated, will never be replicated. And maybe he could be eliminated. But guess what? I'm here to fucking stay. And as long as I'm alive, I'm going to be doing what I can do best, which is inspiring young people, which is what you do, inspiring the youth, which is what I focus on. And I'm going to give that 19-year-old person or that 32-year-old person, when you were 32, you had no idea what you wanted to do, to give that person hope and say, you know what? You can go do what you need to do. You can go do what you need to do to become successful, whatever that may be to you. Success is different than everyone.
Absolutely.
It doesn't mean that means a lot of money. Some people are happy with $1 million. Great. Some people are happy with fucking $100,000. Great. As long as you find out what success means to you, that's what matters. So that's why I do what I do, and that's why I'm inspired to be around people like you, because you make me better. I love going to your events. As much as I possibly go, I usually go. I love it. And I think everyone should go to Epic Talks. I think it's a great place for you to meet some new people. If you're in Miami, you have to fucking go and meet some people. And even if you don't meet some people, at least you go there for some information. Or at least you go there to stretch yourself and be around people that are fucking winning. That's the challenge. Because sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want to meet people. Great. Go there to be around a fucking champion. Because if you hang around a bunch of duds, guess what's going to happen? You're going to end up being a dud yourself. So it's very important to be around other champions, because it's somehow, some way, it just makes you want to be a champion.
You become a product of your environment.
100%.
Period.
100%. And I learned this a long time ago. You could be the carrot, you could be the egg, or you could be the coffee bean. Right? So the carrot is basically through boiling water. What happens to, when the environment is harsh, what happens to a carrot?
Gets soft.
A carrot gets soft, right? Yeah. It goes from hard to soft.
Yeah.
Right? What happens to the egg?
It gets hard.
It goes from soft to hard.
Yeah.
What happens to a coffee bean?
It gets liquidy.
It changes the environment.
Yeah.
Right? You want to be the coffee bean, where the environment can be so fucking harsh, like foster care, troublesome, growing up with a crazy history. You become the coffee bean and change the fucking environment, and not let the environment fucking dictate who you are. Yeah. And that's the beauty about going to events and masterminds. That's why I've been going to events my entire life. Since 19 years old, I go to at least 4 events a year. Never missed. And that's what changed my life. So Epic Talks, 100% recommended. You got to go there. For someone that's watching this, they live far from Epic Talks, what should they do?
You can get a virtual ticket.
You sell virtual tickets?
Yeah, I sell virtual tickets.
Oh, shit.
So not just in person, and then we're in the process of creating an app right now, where it's just going to be an all-encompassing app. And for me, the future of Epic Talks is a one-stop shop for entrepreneurs.
By the way, just so you guys know this. I don't promote and endorse any fucking company. I have so many companies messaging me sometimes. I had an insurance company the other day. Oh, could you guys post our content? This and that. I will pay you. I don't do that shit. You know why? As long as I believe in the product and service, I don't fucking care about the money. I care about the product and service. And I actually, you know who actually told me to do business with them? Rice, the place I go to all the time?
Yes.
Oh, my God. They fucking want me to do, because I go there every fucking day. They're like, you might as well do a partner with us. I was like, sure, let me speak to your.
I used to do that.
Really?
I used to go there every day.
I love it. It's this fucking amazing Mediterranean food. Woo! If I can find a woman that can cook Mediterranean food, that's it. I'm done. Sign me up. Take my money. Just kidding. But the point is this. I don't promote most people's shit. If you guys see me on social media doing all the videos, you never see someone tries to slick in their fucking Instagram. I never put it. I only put things that I believe in. And I believe in Epic Talks. I believe in Melitsa. I believe in her 100%. I've been watching her for close to many years. Paying attention. Who the fuck is she? To making sure. Is she the real deal? She's the real deal. So 100% you guys should go to Epic Talks, in my opinion. If you love this kind of content, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this channel, share this video with someone that can inspire them to go out there and network and stop being a little wuss and go out there and talk to some people. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. We'll see you guys.
Don't be a pogie.
Don't be a pogie. We'll see you guys in the next video.